Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Low Country News. Today is July 2nd, 2026. I'm Monica Justice.
And I'm Warren Truth. We have another exceptional show today. So let's move ahead to local news.
Well, the Low Country has World Cup fever, with the United States men's national team giving fans something to cheer about. Hundreds of fans flocked to Shear House in downtown Charleston last night to cheer on Team USA as they defeated Bosnia and Herzegovina 2-0 in the round of 32. Uptown Hospitality teaming up with the Charleston Battery to host their second World Cup watch party, where fans could eat, drink, listen to live music, and celebrate in all of the World Cup festivities. The man behind the event, Keith Benjamin, says the event was everything they hoped for and more, as it brought the Low Country together to celebrate this team's World Cup success.
Just what we dreamt up, 1,000 people in the heart of downtown Charleston. Team USA was playing a man down for the last 25 minutes. It was truly insane, but the fans, just the vibes are unbelievable. And this is everything that we wanted and more. It couldn't have gotten any better.
If you missed last night's festivities, Uptown Hospitality Group is throwing an even bigger party for the round of 16 matchup Monday inside Credit One Stadium on Daniel Island. You can visit Shear House Charleston's Instagram to get your tickets. News this morning, the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division is investigating a deadly deputy-involved shooting in Dorchester County. The Dorchester County Sheriff's Office says deputies responded to Sonny's Marathon gas station on Boone Hill Road in Somerville at 12:16 this morning in reference to a burglary in progress involving an armed suspect. Once at the scene, officials say deputies encountered the suspect believed to be involved in the burglary, and a deputy discharged a department-issued firearm during the encounter. The suspect was taken to the hospital and was pronounced dead. According to the Sheriff's Office, this is a developing story, and you can count on News 2 for updates as we continue to learn more.
Well, tonight, several lasers are lighting part of the nighttime sky in Somerville as Dorchester County is kicking off its 4th of July celebrations. And this year, it's coming with a unique twist as a preview to the citywide fireworks show. The Liberty Light Show is winding down at the Ashley River Park in Somerville, and with the help of one local laser company, it's bringing in an increasingly popular way of celebrating the 4th of July. Fireworks have usually been the tradition, but if not used properly, they can be dangerous. In addition to this first of its kind light show in Dorchester County, replica tents and cannons were also set up across the park, in addition to live music and food. Organizers say today's event, while some famous sites get lots of attention, parts of Dorchester County also played a pivotal role in the war as well.
To celebrate, to commemorate, but a part of it also, frankly, is to have tourists come to these places, to come, away from Charleston out to some of the greater Low Country area to see some of these places are pristine 18th century sites that folks are amazed to see.
We're right on the Ashley River where, a lot of them came up and down the river. So to be right in a place where so much of that history took place, it's really neat for some of the families and maybe some of the families that aren't necessarily around here to learn about that and how instrumental the park was in all of that. And
this is the very first Liberty Laser event, and the county says they will have a full and official fireworks show on the 4th, which you can find that information on that and more celebrations over on our website at counton2.com.
An update to a case we've been following. Former Charleston County Judge James Gosnell Jr. pled guilty this morning to federal charges related to possession and distribution of child sexual abuse material.
And this comes just weeks before he was set to go to trial. News 2's Emma Charles was in that courtroom. Joins us live from downtown Charleston with the latest. Emma?
Brendan Carolyn Gosnell pled guilty to 2 of the 9 counts he was originally charged with in Judge Richard Gergel's courtroom today. He faces a maximum of 40 years in prison, and prosecutors say that the judge will hear all of the conduct Gosnell was alleged to have done in the indictment. Now, we do want to warn viewers, some of the details in this case may be disturbing. Gosnell was a Charleston County magistrate judge for over 20 years before retiring following his arrest in early September of 2025. This was after Homeland Security investigators say they found photos and videos in his possession depicting prepubescent minors in sexually explicit situations and discussions of fantasies of rape, torture, and murder of infants and toddlers. In these conversations, Gosnell allegedly admitted to abusing infants and toddlers himself. Today, Gosnell pled guilty to 1 count of possession of child sexual abuse material and 1 count of distribution of child sexual abuse material. 2 of the 9 counts he's originally charged with. He faces a minimum sentence of 5 years in prison and a maximum sentence of up to 40 years in prison. Prosecutors say the judge will consider all of Gosnell's conduct as sentencing, and Gosnell's attorney telling us he chose not to go to trial to avoid putting his family through a 2-week ordeal. Gosnell is now a registered sex offender after his guilty plea.
Some of the stuff he said and bragged about, it makes you angry, and it's just pure evil. South Carolina is better than this. They deserve better than this from their public servants. And I think this will hopefully go as a deterrent and a message to others that we're going to work to find you and prosecute you and make sure that you go to prison for a very, very long time.
And hopefully we can convince the court that he's not an evil person, and he did stupid things and he violated the law. But as he told y'all in court, he never touched a child inappropriately, never intended to touch a child inappropriately. And if there had been any of that, of course the government would have brought it up.
And Gosnell will be sentenced at a later date. His co-conspirator has already pled guilty and will also be sentenced at a later date. In downtown Charleston, I'm Emma Charles. Count on 2.
All right, everyone, one day closer to the 4th of July. Let's move ahead. Up next, worldwide news.
Tonight, 8 days after those 2 back-to-back earthquakes, rescuers pulling a man out alive in Venezuela. A married father of 2 trapped under a destroyed shopping mall, pulled out and then carried away on a stretcher. Just incredible. The rescue operation taking 120 hours. You can hear the applause there. Back here in the U.S. tonight, the Tesla driver who crashed into a home in Texas, killing a woman inside. He's now been charged with manslaughter tonight. Michael Butler appearing in court today. Tesla says the car was going 73 miles per hour. Butler claims he was operating the car in self-driving mode, something tonight Tesla denies. Another major security event unfolding at this hour in Manhattan tonight. We have now seen sniper teams spotted on the roof, streets closed at Madison Square Garden. Major security changes tonight involving the streets of New York City in that area for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's 2-day wedding. Morgan Norwood on the major security presence at this hour.
After days of secrecy, tonight the 2-day wedding celebration for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce kicking off at Madison Square Garden, starting with the rehearsal dinner for 100 guests. The arena under tight security, an NYPD sniper team arriving and setting up on the roof. Police setting up barricades and closing off streets. Crews rolling in equipment to put the finishing touches, reportedly transforming Madison Square Garden into a fairy tale set. And Swifties hoping to catch just a glimpse of the spectacle dubbed America's Royal Wedding.
In my brain, it's royalty. I feel like this is the American royal wedding at this point. Yeah.
It's definitely a one-of-a-kind sort of thing.
And the guest watch is on. Friends like Sabrina Carpenter and Ed Sheeran already spotted in the area. Tomorrow, an even bigger celebration with more than 1,000 guests partying from about 4 p.m. till 4 a.m. Saturday.
And David, here on the ground, security here is tight. We saw that sniper team setting up on the roof and the NYPD commissioner confirming an event taking place here at Madison Square Garden. But tomorrow is where we expect that security perimeter to grow even larger with even more street closures, David.
Morgan Norwood with us tonight. Morgan, thank you. Tonight, the Justice Department now charging a former American Olympian for damaging the reflecting pool in Washington. President Trump spent $16 million in taxpayer money to paint and renovate the pool. He blamed vandals for the algae and peeling paint. Now that former Olympian has been charged, and tonight he says he did nothing wrong. Here's Mary Bruce.
Tonight, the Justice Department bringing felony charges against former American Olympian David Hearn, accusing him of damaging the reflecting pool 2 weeks after he was arrested on the National Mall. President Trump spent $16 million in taxpayer money to refurbish the pool. But just 1 week later, it turned green with algae, parts of its freshly painted bottom rising to the surface. Trump blamed vandals, not his hand-picked contractors.
They put a big gash, 350 feet long. Think of that, 350-foot gash.
Today, U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro accusing Hearn of damaging approximately 2 square feet.
The National Park Service employees observed Hearn actually forcefully and violently pulling up and removing the bottom liner with both hands.
President Trump claims the alleged vandals used box cutters.
They came in with box cutters and they cut it up.
Today, reporters asking what Hearn allegedly used.
Did he have any tools or was it just his bare hands?
Right now, we believe it's his bare hands, both hands.
So does that indicate in your belief that it was probably damaged before, or do you believe that he...
He damaged it.
Further, but do you believe it had already been damaged before?
He damaged the pool.
Hearn told ABC News he was biking near the pool when he saw a piece of loose paint in the water and reached out and touched the end. He insists he's no vandal, just a curious, concerned citizen. And David, in a statement tonight, Hearn's attorneys insist he is innocent and say, quote, these charges are outrageous and should be alarming to every American, adding this indictment reflects the administration's effort to shift blame for their own failures. David.
Mary Bruce live at the White House. Thanks, Mary. Now to the deadly confrontation in a Walmart parking lot. This is in North Lauderdale, Florida. Police say video tonight shows a man shot and killed by a woman over a parking spot. Here's Rhiannon Alley.
Tonight, this confrontation over a parking space turning deadly outside a Walmart in Florida, leaving 62-year-old Bart DeGuglielmo on the ground, dying of a gunshot wound.
Female shot someone outside in the parking lot. Both out there were fighting over a parking spot.
An eyewitness telling ABC News it all started 5 minutes earlier with the two drivers yelling at each other through open windows. The man then parked his car, partially blocking the spot, and walked into the store. The witness says the woman managed to slip into the spot anyway. He came out, moved his car, and walked off for a cigarette. The woman is seen getting out of her car, phone in one hand, gun in the other. The witness says a person in the white car tells her the man is waiting nearby. He's seen walking towards her as she points the gun at him. He then follows her around a car. The witness says the woman repeatedly warned him she'll shoot if he keeps coming at her. He appears to leave, but then returns and she opens fire. Police say the woman claims she acted in self-defense.
The way that Stand Your Ground has evolved in Florida, you're entitled to use deadly force if you believe that you're defending yourself or your property from deadly force or a forcible felony.
David, tonight that woman is no longer in custody. The shooting is now under investigation and prosecutors will decide whether charges will be filed. David?
Rhiannon Alley with us tonight. Rhiannon, thank you. Now to the newly released video. Sources say show the moment that the U.S. Coast Guard seized a boat while searching for that missing American wife. The husband says she was swept away. Here's Victor Akendo.
Tonight, new body camera video shows the moment sources say the U.S. Coast Guard seizes the Soulmate, the sailboat owned by Brian and Lynette Hooker, the woman who went missing in the Bahamas.
Captain, how many people on board? How many people on board?
The Coast Guard boarding the sailboat on May 9th, 1 month after Brian says Lynette fell from their dinghy and was swept away by the ocean. The two men, who are not identified, tell the Coast Guard they are taking that boat, the Soulmate, to Fernandina Beach in North Florida.
For the owner. Yeah, is he going to meet you there?
I don't think so, no.
So right now the boat's being seized?
While the hookers are not named in the video, sources told ABC News the boat does belong to them. Last month, Coast Guard divers searched for Lynette in a new area off Elbow Key, near where the boat was previously anchored. This after U.S. officials said GPS data recovered from her husband's electronic devices did not match what he told police.
David, the Coast Guard concluded that search last month without revealing what they found. If anything, the Soulmate remains in Florida. David?
Victor Akendo on this case again tonight. Victor, thanks. Tonight, the war in Ukraine, Russia unleashing a massive attack targeting Kyiv, launching nearly 500 drones and more than a dozen missiles. Ukraine reporting at least 22 people have been killed. Back at the U.S. tonight, into American jobs now. The U.S. adding 57,000 jobs last month. That's lower than expected. Analysts tonight pointing to rising inflation and the war in Iran for slower job growth.
All right, everyone, we have a chance at scattered thunderstorms over the weekend and the next upcoming days. Let's move ahead to additional weather.
Good evening. We begin tonight here with this life-threatening heat wave across 30 states, 2/3 of this country, and authorities are really concerned over the cumulative effects of this heat now. New York City hitting 100 degrees today, the first time in more than a decade. The feel-like readings even higher. More than 180 million Americans tonight under extreme heat alerts at this hour. The heat index, that feel-like reading, topping 110 degrees from the Gulf right up to the Northeast and right through the 4th of July. Tonight, emergency rooms reporting an increase in patients suffering heat-related illnesses, including heat stroke and heat exhaustion. Alarming images across the U.S. A young boy overcome by the heat during the national anthem at a minor league baseball game. A player coming to his rescue right there. Beaches in the Northeast tonight packed with people. The warnings to swimmers outside New York City. Sharks spotted in the water and the shark attack reported on the East Coast. Lee Goldberg with the forecast right into the 4th, and ABC's Matt Rivers leading us off tonight.
2/3 of the country are trapped under a dome of oppressive heat, and tonight paramedics are sounding the alarm that in triple-digit temperatures, anyone can be a victim. From these firefighters battling a blaze in Wilmington, Delaware today, to workers laying blacktop outside Boston.
It's pretty dang hot out here, to be honest with you.
The CDC says the rate of emergency room visits for heat problems has exploded in the Midwest, 36 times higher this week than last week, and now the temperatures are soaring here in the Northeast. New York City's real temperature hitting 100 degrees today for the first time since 2012, 106 with the heat index. Northwell Greenwich Village Hospital paramedic David Frazier says he's seen about a 30% uptick in heat emergency calls already.
People who are used to working outside, maybe in 80-degree weather, but not 100, and so they think, hey, I can tough it out, and then unfortunately they can't.
At a St. Paul Saints game this week, a boy on the field collapsing during the national anthem. Outfielder Walker Jenkins carrying him in his arms to the dugout. Thankfully, he's okay. The heat also straining the power grid. Outages reported in the Bronx. New York City's Con Edison reducing voltage in some areas. In Washington, D.C., where the heat index topped 111 today, officials are debating whether to hold the Capitol 4th concert tomorrow. Today, they said it was too unsafe for the public to watch the rehearsal. Families flocking to beaches. In Liberty County, Georgia, authorities say someone was bitten by a shark Wednesday near Ossabaw Island. Our New York station, WABC, tracking new shark sightings off Long Island.
2 lifeguards that were on that lifeguard station spotted a 9-foot shark in the water right there at Point Lookout, so everyone was alerted.
And after that hammerhead sighting off the Long Island shore, multiple sightings closing multiple beaches today. And David, that humid 100 degrees here in New York City feels like 106, and it's only set to get worse tomorrow. Authorities are concerned about the cumulative effects of that many intensely hot days right in a row leading up to July 4th weekend. David?
It really does build. Matt Rivers leading us off tonight. Matt, thanks so much. Let's get right to ABC senior meteorologist Lee Goldberg back with us again tonight. Hi, Lee.
Hey, David, I can confirm suffocating heat here in New York. It still feels like it's 100 to 105, and we could have the warmest night on record in the mid-80s. We're in the heart of this heat wave, the heat index topping 110 degrees in the Northeast, and the heat warnings, they continue on Friday. It'll feel like 107 in Raleigh and Memphis, and 110 degrees again in D.C. and Philly and into New York City. A little less extreme Saturday the 4th, but still feeling like it's over 100. The real relief coming on Sunday in the Northeast. But now to the severe storms fueled by the heat. It's tonight and tomorrow in the Midwest, and then tomorrow and Saturday the 4th in the Northeast, potentially impacting fireworks. Remember, though, you can always stay safe and cool inside and watch us right here on ABC with our special America 250. Can't wait to join you, David.
Well, that's a nice little plug. Lee, thanks so much.
All right, everyone, let's get to the good stuff. Up next, sports and go USA.
Low Country Sports News Alert.
Tonight, the World Cup thriller, and Whit Johnson was there.
Tonight, the U.S. World Cup team marches on after winning their first knockout game in 24 years over Bosnia and Herzegovina. USA! Celebrations erupting across the country, from Seattle to Kansas City to D.C. Valerian Balogun giving the U.S. the lead in the 45th minute, but in the second half receiving a controversial red card.
It's not intentional, it's just the two of them were tangled up.
America's top goal scorer ejected and will miss the next game too, FIFA confirming it cannot be overturned. But later, Malik Tillman delivering a stunning free kick.
Tillman!
A gritty 2-0 win on home soil.
We won! Yeah! I've been waiting a long time for this. This is awesome.
We're coming for you, Cup. We're coming all the way.
And David, the U.S. team now has a major test ahead, facing powerhouse Belgium, round of 16 in Seattle on Monday. David.
It was incredible. Thanks, Whit.
For Low Country News, I'm Monica Justice.
And I'm Warren Truth. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to True Perspective 843. Good night, everyone. Stay safe, and see you tomorrow.